Put on the
Yeah. ODD TV. Payday Monsanto. Let's get it, homie.
We sleep, the alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. All reality's made up by the elite. They live, we sleep, the alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. All reality's made up by the elite.
They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite. They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite. I came here to kick some ass just like Roddy Piper. These motherfuckers that walk among us, they got me hyper. But don't be chewing that bubble gum, it's got aspartame. It's a chemical directly targeted at your brain. Just like the fluoride that they put in the water supply. And all the geoengineering we got in the sky. I'm trying to tell you and I hope that you're hearing me clearly. This ain't no bullshit speculation conspiracy theory. They live and they're controlling every move you make. From the apartment that you live in to the juice you drink. They give you television to help you ignore this prison while feeding you genetically modified organisms. They want us like the Walking Dead, just obey and consume. Don't worry about anything, keep awaiting your doom. To all my warriors out there, this is indeed my call. It's time to put a fucking end to this elite cabal. They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite. They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite.
When they try to prove their spinning ball Earth, it's remarkable. All their arguments are absolutely fucking farcical. It's clearly been shown your problems aren't resolvable. Your theory has been blown into tiny little particles. The pharmacological drugs they got the masses on precludes them from putting their rowdy Roddy Piper glasses on. And even when they do, they're unable to gaze too straight. Cause for most of them, it's way too late for them to see past their conditioning. They will not be listening to anything outside their paradigm imprisonment. They are ensconced in a nonsensical certitude, brainwashed by devils to revel in their servitude. It's idiocracy, pure hypocrisy. Waking these dummies up, it used to mean a lot to me. But nowadays I wanna tip their canoes, and as they drown, tell them this is what you get when you snooze.
They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite. They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite.
We sleep, the alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite. They live, we sleep, the alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite.
either put on these glasses or start eating that trash can.
All right, what's going on, everyone? Steve JMO and the TheTruthSeeker69. Welcome to Dipping from the Matrix. What's going on, Jen? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
You know, for a laid-off employee, not bad at all. Not bad at all. But yeah, well, let's say hi to the chat real quick. The couple of people we got here so far, and before we go any further real quick, let's just tell everyone what we're going to do. Since we got a lot of people streaming right now, we feel like we should just do the share thing, spread the message. We're going to stream Richie from Boston for a little bit, and we're going to, pause and intervene and talk a little bit in between there and, whatever. And maybe not the full stream, but we'll so I got a lot lined up. I'm sure Jen has a lot lined up too. So we'll just get this going. We got Burgos, what's up? Michael Healy, Jean Paul Rodriguez, what's up? Mark Wood, The Real Truth, Ghana Ball, Steve Marzelli, Tommy Truth Teller, TheTruthSeeker69. Woo! We got Lunar Sky. I don't know. Right here. What's up, brother? How are you? Steffi P, what's up? Mr. Stavely's present. What's going on, brother? What's up? Can't miss this class, Exactly. Class dismissed, my man. DD74. Yeah. Albert A, Doc Michaels. What's up, Doc? Hey, what's up, Doc? PG2424. We got Rain and Pain, Salted Cedar, Bill Hunt. That's just starting to move on me. Electrico Static, Cat Scully. Oh, man.
Scully.
Catherine Collar, The Halo Effect, Scott Moran, Dark Slayer, Ian Forgan. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry, brother. And I think that's it. I think we're cool. That's everyone. But so is there anything you want to get in before we get his stream up? Let me
I want to get over there because I don't want to miss anything. It seemed like it was a really good combo.
He will do signs and wonders. He will be able to call fire down from the sky.
You got to turn it up if you can.
Got you.
He will be
Is that better?
The Most High.
Yeah.
And that will cause the people to say he's here. Everybody's been waiting for their Messiah, especially the Jews. And so
just said that because I was thinking that as well. I'm thinking to myself, it can't be the Great Delusion, even though it does surely appear like it, because the Great Delusion means accepting somebody else as your Lord and Savior, and it's not.
that's right.
But that is the number one answer, correct?
That's it.
Okay,
That's
cool.
it.
Okay,
And,
cool.
and if there was any judgment going on, God would be judging the righteous with the wicked, and He's not going to do
He
that either.
can't do that. He
We
cannot
live in
do
a
that.
we live in a fallen world. What goes on around us is a result of the fall over 2,000 years ago.
We are living in grace. Since when Jesus rose from the dead, grace began. And grace upon grace is what Paul says. When his grace is in control, when his grace is ruling, judgment cannot. They're opposite. Because in his perfect judgment, no man can stand. His judgment is death. The wages of sin is death. And if you look at the plagues, he'll even have the earth stoned. They're starting to see things line up in the firmament. They call them meteors or whatever. Oh, we're going to go through a meteor belt. Well, I don't know about that, but this one thing I do know, that in Revelation, it says that the earth will literally be stoned. That was one of the penalties for sin, is to be stoned. And we're not part of that. We are not part of that. Our sin was judged on the cross 2,000 years ago. Jesus said to Telestai, it is paid in full. He cannot judge us again. He cannot, or he would be a liar. And that's one thing God cannot do, is lie.
Rachel, we are seeing lots of
I'm going to jump on this one too. Go ahead. Rachel.
Judgment is death. It's a fault. We're in a fallen world, just like
right. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I've been on the road for over a month now, and as long as I don't have any electronic devices, other than the cloudy overcast, the world's a pretty beautiful place. Everybody's cool. Everything's fine. People are touching each other when they give you your change. They actually touch your hand. They're not freaking out. Everything is fine. And I interact with everybody I meet. I have to stop every 200 miles. Now, if you take 10,000 miles, divide that by 200, I meet a lot of people. and I meet a lot of OTR people, and I ask the right questions when I go to stores. Are you guys getting runs on Purell? Are you getting runs on hand sanitizer? I went to a Walmart today in the middle of the United States in a very hard to get to place, and the bread aisle was low, but the store was completely full. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of bad information going around right now, but use your senses. Too many people are falling for this fake media. Seriously. I don't know. I haven't even had a troll send me one going, I know people that died. Nobody. But I am getting plenty of White House workers, Department of Defense, National Guardsmen, and doctors and nurses, and they're like, dude, you're on it. You're on it. It is a mild flu. COVID-19, because there was a COVID-18, 17, 16, it's a mild flu. Every single one said the H1N1 is worse, and the numbers don't support this. And they didn't even juke the stats because they don't have to, because people are in their house hiding behind their toilet paper. Unbelievable.
The very effective agenda. And it even if, consider if it's real or if it's not, the effect is still the same. And
it's amazing.
It has taken control over the masses to do things they would not normally do. In Austin, Texas, the HEBs are empty, and the people are just killing each other over anything that's left on the shelf.
And I've already bumped into, I don't know how many people that said Texas was my plan. If anything went to, and they're like, Texas ran in the house. They're hiding from an invisible disease. All you have to do is look at the numbers last year. And I figured in this time frame, people would finally figure it out. Like, wait a minute, how come nobody's dying? How come nothing's wrong? Seriously, what's going on? And then every day, you just lost this piece of America. You just lost this piece of America. And with this little doozy right here, America is lost. For Trump to pull this up, claiming he's a wartime president now because of the coronavirus, we're done. We're done.
The agenda was to unravel the middle class, and it's being done very effectively. But we have to realize that we are not of this world. It's hard. It's very hard, especially when you've got little ones looking up at you. But we are not, and that's the truth.
It isn't fair. And we were raised, most of us, and even especially people that are under their 50s, people were raised that materialism was the goal.
Hey, Steve.
They've got so many shiny things, and those are the things they're going to miss.
We got a couple of wrenches. There's not too many wrenches in here.
Creation.
And we got a couple of trolls.
I go to a different area and I see different types of trees. It's amazing to me. But then I look around and they're all dying because we were supposed to tend this garden. We were given dominion and we gave it over. And these guys are systematically destroying Earth. And people are worried about losing their possessions and stuff. If no matter what happens, even if they stopped it right now and said, yeah, we figured it out, it's all good, they're going to keep doing it. And if people didn't fall for it, they'll just hit southwestern United States, spray a few people. You want to see dead people? Here they are now. But this is a fraud. It's a ripoff. How could we have predicted this exact scenario without knowing come on. Because they laid it up. The clues were there. The clues were there. MIT and Bill Gates develop a tool that if your kids are walking by, they can go, hey, that kid doesn't have a vaccine. That could only mean one thing. Pandemic is coming, and they're going to crush the dollar and make people afraid to touch each other. Assembling in the United States.
Yeah, that's what you said a couple months back.
Just like Obama said, fundamentally transforming America was easier than he thought. Well, all they had to do was say boo, and everybody ran and got in their houses, and they closed all the restaurants and churches.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The coronavirus has AIDS, it has the coronavirus. They're not even claiming it's 0.001 infected, 0.0001 died, and everybody was elderly or already damaged. So they're basically, Nicholson 1968 and several other really thorough researchers are trying to find the names of the people that have been claimed by this killer disease. They can't.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Mama Bear, we left Texas at the end of 2010 because it was sinking. We're now in North Idaho, and I think I refer to North Idaho as the Alamo. As this country goes down, this is going to be where the last stand is.
It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. But I wanted to go live because I had a signal earlier, and I agree, organic mechanic. And I've been telling people throughout this entire thing, have no fear. I'm pissed, and I need to let go of that because it is what it is. But it just bums me out that we allowed these sniveling, devil worshiping haters of creation, of humanity and God to do this so easily that they actually even jumped the shark. Nobody believed that Trump was going to sign this. We figured martial law, they're slowly assembling it. They're acclimating people. Hey, we're going to enact the Stafford Act. Everyone's going to stay in the house 2 weeks. National Guard, Homeland Security, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, really, nationalizing America, we just lost the country.
I'm 60 days out from my election. So as we came into the new year, I told Deb, I'm going to be gone more and more. And my calendar up until this weekend, every day, 12 hours plus a day, 7 days a week, was packed with campaign stuff. And now my calendar is wide open.
Hey, believing is seeing. I don't know if I uploaded that video. I got a terrible signal. I have a terrible signal the minute I leave my house. I'm next to people on the same phone with Verizon. They're chatting away, and I have no service. Everyone's seeing it. So I don't know what the deal is. But here's the deal. If you still can get out and get anything, which I think you can, Imodium AD, because you don't want to diarrhea is a killer for real. It's almost as bad as the coronavirus. Dun, dun, dun.
I really don't.
Unreal. It's unreal. Absolutely unreal.
What we have to realize is that they can take our money, they can take our resources, they might even be able to make us work for them, but they can't take away our faith. And it really comes down to that.
Well, the other thing you might have forgot is they are without a doubt going to make everyone get a vaccine. I am not taking a vaccine. And like I showed, Bill Gates magically steps down on Friday the 13th, right after Donald Trump announces national emergency at 3:33 on Friday the 13th. Bill Gates steps down because Bill Gates' name is intertwined in all of this. And then he owns ID 2020, which is biometrics injected with to connect us all on Earth. I'm not getting a chip in my skin. Without it, you can't buy or sell. You can't participate in society. You will be shunned.
We won't be taking any vaccines up here either.
And Vincent Floyd, I hear you, brother. I'm going to say this, even though I'm going to guess you already know. Martial law has indeed been here. This is going to be hard martial law. We've been under soft martial law. And they're bringing in it. I mean, this is like a television show, American martial law. They're bringing it in ever so slowly, and we're doing all the heavy lifting. But then Trump just signed this order in case we don't want to do the heavy lifting. You'll have to do the heavy lifting because this is a war against an invisible enemy. They're sick. Oh, maybe that was the deal. Hey, Iran, can you claim that you have the coronavirus and then we won't make you the enemy anymore, even though you actually have a nice country and you don't want war with us? We'll say it's an invisible virus that people can't see, and everyone will test positive for it.
Yeah, it's happening worldwide.
Shut down the whole world, or they told us they did. But I am getting texts from people that are saying that yes, it is. They're actually instituting penalties. If you leave your house, 12 years in prison.
Yeah, or $1,000 a day.
It's affected my training business, my law enforcement training business. I've had 3 classes canceled in the last couple of days because they don't know what's going on.
It's crazy. I'm not getting the vaccine. And today the New York Times is floating the idea that 10 times more people probably have this and just don't know it. Probably. Everyone's got a cold thing going on inside them, but you know what? They get better and then they move on. They floated measles last year. Mm-hmm. Measles. And way too many Brady Bunch memes pulled up and they're like, that ain't going to work. Let's try something else. So
before Deb retired, she was in the medical part of the sheriff's office I worked at. And she handled all the inmate medical billing. And there's codes that they code everything with that fits in with Medicare and stuff like that. Well, right after she left, or right as she was leaving, they changed the codes. They updated the codes, and in the new codes, there was diseases in there that had been eradicated century ago, but they brought them back, and that was about 2008 or 9. They all these eradicated diseases all of a sudden show back up on the codes for inputting for medical stuff.
They also had, when they went from ICD-9 to ICD-10 codes, a lot of doctors bailed out at that time. I don't know if you remember that, but they were leaving the profession. The ICD-10 codes also provide healthcare for animal-human hybrids. I found that very interesting.
Yeah, well, I've covered that extensively.
And also during the same time, if you, all your homeowners insurance policies, your car insurance policies, if you look on the fine print, they started adding in insurrection,
Civil disobedience,
anything like that. If your stuff's damaged, they ain't paying for it.
Yep. It's crazy how much Obama specifically, but Trump, Bush, all of them, every person that sat at the head of the corporation of the United States of America has signed massive executive orders that have sat in a shelf. And as a matter of fact, I told you about that law that went into effect in Massachusetts 11 years ago that is going to apply right now. They can come on your personal property. It's a law. They can give you a forced vaccine or medication. There's no liability to any of the doctors in case they give you the vaccine and you grow a tail. And forced quarantine. And that bill was languishing in Congress for years. And then suddenly the swine flu came up and it raced right through, and it's a law. It's a law.
And that's another prime example of how out of control this country is. By our Constitution, and I know all the different Constitution arguments from the 30s and stuff, but by our Constitution, the only people that can write law is Congress. Executive orders are like toilet paper.
But
nobody can write law but Congress.
I hear you. But nobody can do what's happening right now, and it's happening. If Donald Trump was ever for anybody, he could just go on television and blurt it out. Get them, boys. Shut this down. Stop television. Stop everything. There's nothing to see here.
But his head would disappear off his shoulders just like Kennedy.
Well, you know what? If I was the president, sometimes you got to take one for the team. Self-sacrifice is the most, I can't think of the word. God digs self-sacrifice. How's that? You know what I mean? So
he said, no greater love.
Like Nehemiah.
This is a quote from our illustrious president now, and he wasn't kidding.
Yeah, truth always. That's exactly right.
Here's the deal, Johnny. Here's the deal. This just happened. It came out of nowhere. It was easy to see it was coming for the most part. They gave us the hints. It was there. The MIT one's the one that tipped it for me. I just didn't see it coming all this fast, and I don't think they did either. I have never seen people just disappear off the East Coast like they did, and apparently everywhere.
Yeah. And Johnny,
if they can get away with it this time, they're going to continue to do it. I don't want to be here anymore. This place isn't for us. For people like us, we're not going to fit in any way whatsoever at all. Try to do something on the way out. Try to warn others. I've made myself a target as far as I'm concerned because everyone in the world is like, this is great. And it's even other truthers. They're not doing this to cover up putting 5G transponders in schools. They can do that and no one will bat an eye. Right. 5G's been going up. They don't care. They're taking down the entire world. They're destroying the dollar. They're going to force vaccinations and it's going to be a new world order. And Trump just signed the paperwork to prove it.
And in the process of this, all these people, because they force closed all the restaurants and all these other businesses. So in the process of this, they're going to bankrupt and make thousands of people homeless. People are going to lose their homes. I mean, it's just a total destruction of what we know today.
Well, and part of the bill actually has wording to where he will control the citizens' commerce. He will control our wages and what we have access to. So, in essence, it was done before he signed it. And we've got to realize that no matter who sits in that pretty little White House, the agenda has marched on for 200 years. We're just now seeing the tip of the spear and freaking out, but it's been rolling over us for years. What was it? 5 years ago, they were injecting all the teenage girls for some made up.
I remember. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah. So they were making them really sick and then nobody cared.
And they did that in Texas. They forced that vaccine down schoolgirls in Texas.
Yeah. They do it all the time. But see, Christy, this is a dangerous meme. I've seen so many people saying this is just a trial run. It may have been a trial run, and they said, hey, this is going unbelievably. It is now officially live. The president just turned us into China.
That's right.
I have a contact in Puerto Rico I talked to this morning, and there they've outlawed mass gatherings and all that stuff there. They closed all the restaurants except for to go. He said in Puerto Rico they have military troops keeping people from going to the beach because they don't want people gathering on the beach.
Right. It's the same thing in Boston. 250 people can gather, but 251 coronavirus. That doesn't make any sense. They don't want people gathering because they want you home, isolated, and watching the media.
In control.
Television is a weapon. Go ahead.
They know right where you are if you're at home. Did you hear about the 2 hospital ships, one on the East Coast and now one headed for the West Coast?
No.
Giant hospital ships. One's Mercy and one's the Comfort. And there's one parked off the East Coast presently, and another one is headed for the West Coast. I found that very interesting too.
Well, I think it was de Blasio in New York City.
Oh, I'm sorry. Trump, yeah, Deb, you're right on it. You're right on it. Trump orders these. Hold on. I'll bring this up right now. Oh, my.
Yeah, one hospital ship went to New York, and the other one's probably going to, I would guess, Seattle or LA.
You seeing that?
The Comfort and the Mercy. Yeah.
Nice, nice. To aid states hit by coronavirus.
Right. Yes.
169,169 worldwide, but we need ships on either end. It's coming. Right. This may have been a trial run, but it has gone live. Social media gives them that ability. You see what I'm saying? Understand that, Christy. I'm not putting you out there. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that and the market. I mean, you have to look at the total picture. It's not just, the medical agenda. It's also the financial agenda. And what else are they doing that we don't know yet?
That's the other thing. We're going to lose. The dollar is going to be gone. Everyone's going to be back to zero. How does that even work? How does that wait till it sinks into people? Because they're still going, we need ships on the. No one's died from this disease. No one knows anyone that's died from this disease, and they're still going for it. And meanwhile, these guys are going big.
Right.
We were essentially bankrupt before all this started, and now they're talking about mailing everybody a check.
Well,
here's the deal. I heard that.
Yeah.
I don't care if Trump sends me $50,000. Literally, if you sign that, you consent. Yeah. Remember that. I know it's only $1,000, but in the scheme of things, $1,000 for all this. Yeah. See you later.
I heard 4,500 today.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, why not? Who cares? It's all your money anyways.
It's all monopoly money anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievable, man.
We've got to realize we're not of this world. We're not,
I agree. Deb, over the years, you've helped me come to that realization, along with Big Sib recently, Nicholson 1968, very key people. As much as it pisses me off that these guys are stealing everybody's everything, look around. They can block out the sun for weeks and weeks at a time, for thousands of miles at a time. They're destroying everything, and they're not going to stop. And the only way to I don't see how we're going to ever get people to stand up for this when they won't even believe that it's time to stand up.
She was talking about grace a little earlier and saved by grace through faith. If you want to have a half-hour, very in-depth, saved by grace and the right division of the Bible, she'll blow your socks off.
Are you kidding me? Can you hear that train?
Another coal train?
Yeah.
Well, see, if Hillary was president, they would have stopped doing coal, so you wouldn't have it.
Right. See, darn.
People
Imagine when I saw Bill Gates was orchestrating this guy is a real life Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. And one of the things Mr. Burns did everything we're seeing, but he loved blocking out the sun. It just freaked me out because even Harvard University used that cartoon to show what they weren't going to do, even though it's blocked out every day. And they're destroying the forests from Maine to Louisiana are just junk. They're just junk. There's no end. It's just bad, man.
Well, Richie, while you're saying that, I'm thinking they are trying to block out the sun. S-O-N, the Son of God.
No, I've thought of that as you can't not say it and not come to that conclusion at some point. But I'll tell you what, this world ain't for me. This is not for me. And I don't know how we can stop anybody when no one knows the bell rang. The bell rang big time. They're doing so many things at so many times. It's unbelievable. But signing in the Defense Production Act means they can make anybody listening, anybody in America, they can take you and say, you work for us now, period.
That the government can take over any sector of business to do anything. And essentially, a stroke of a pen, it's communism.
And the thing is I'm a wartime president fighting coronavirus, and yet they don't even bother juicing the numbers. The numbers are pathetic. Nobody's sick. Nobody's dying. There's leaked videos from China. Where are they now? They don't need China anymore, so that's out the window. China can't get a text out of their country because their social media censorship is the new world orders. It's the censorship we're going to have soon. Can you hear that train?
Yeah. That's okay. It's all good. You know,
I would freak out if he lived next to my house. I'd be like, dude, stop blowing the horn. He'd be like, oh.
They do that here too. We live about half a mile from the tracks. It lets us know that the world's still turning. Things are still happening.
Yeah, the world's still turning. All right.
People are still alive. Well, we have to also remember that in Scripture, where sin abounds, Paul says, grace much more abounds. And if we can just remember that these people that are actually doing this diabolical mischief, that is a losing proposition for them, God gives us the grace to be able to go right through it like a hot knife through butter. He really does. And we've got to hold on to that. That's a fact. That's a treasure. It is ours. It is in our possession. And we may not understand it, but he understands it.
I hear you.
When we think we can't handle it anymore, and there is plenty of times that I get mad, just ask Rick. Grace much more abounds. We are still in this flesh tent, and we are still subject to its emotions, its highs, its lows, its fears, its worries, its doubts. And in the inner man, though, you've got to know that grace abounds. And Paul went to God 3 times for something we can only guess about. He called it a thorn in the flesh. We really have no idea what it was. But God told him specifically, my grace is made perfect in your weakness. That's ours. That's
all right.
Ours. So
I got it.
Go ahead. We can get mad and we can get sad and we can get depressed, but his grace is bigger than that. It truly is.
Okay. Cheshire Cat, what the hell are you talking about? I don't even know what that means. 450, 400, 4 billion. That's bad information, and people fall for that. Just
at 6:20 a.m. this morning Pacific time, I took a snapshot of the CDC's website. Total deaths 75.
Yep, and it's they're not even hiding it. They realize, why bother? Because you know how funny they think it is. We're showing them the math here, that it's not worldwide. You can go find the CDC numbers from last year. They don't care. They're listening to the television. Lolo, nobody's being arrested because the pedophiles you're alluding to are actually the people that are orchestrating what's happening right now. Yeah. What's happening is exactly what's happening. They're assembling martial law. It's coming. It's coming. They just signed away your Constitution, basically. And they're stealing all your money and everyone you know's money, and that's that. And it's time to think, am I really going to do what I said? You know how many videos? I just find it strange. Strange. I'm not saying anything other than this. How many videos have I made in the last 6 months where I kept saying, are you really ready to not take the mark of forced vaccination? Because it's a real decision.
That's right.
Because there will be real consequences. And here we are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was quick.
I didn't see that coming.
I don't believe the forced vaccinations are the mark because they're forced. The Bible says people will seek the mark. Now they might go seek the vaccination and then they'll get marked, on the forehead or the arm that they came looking for the vaccination. But if they have to hold you down and give it to you, then that's not the mark.
Nope, no, we've gone over that exact same thing many times. But the biometric thing to connect us all, it's going to be tied with something like, it'll be easy enough to get so many people to voluntarily take it. You know what I mean?
We're already tracked and tied.
Without a doubt, we pay for it. It's amazing. These guys, it's been amazing. It's been totally amazing how well they did this. And I've equated this to, well, I suppose if I was standing next to God, watching him create everything, algebra, everything, I can't do it myself, but I can show men who seek me out how to replicate it. I'd probably come up with some pretty good ideas too, but I don't.
My son and I were running around over the weekend.
Tell your son I apologize for not greeting him properly, but I was all wound up. I still might be.
That's all right. We were talking about that Kuntz book, 1981. The next morning when he wakes up, that's his first thing on his YouTube feed.
Shocking. I asked my stepmother one time, hey, I'm going to the store. Do you need anything? Can you grab me a dozen eggs? Yeah, what kind? What do you want? Give me the white ones. I'm like, of course, because, you know, at least they're, you know, they love GMO. I don't know what the deal is, whatever. I had no phone on me, nothing. I go upstairs, I log in real quick, right over here. Eggs on sale down the street for $1.99. I'm like, nice.
Wow.
Oh, we're fully, totally, completely 100% monitored. I'm under no delusions. There's no bugging out for me. I don't blend in walking down the street. I don't blend in driving down the street. And I have numerous tracking devices, but I'm not taking any vaccine. I'm sure that the list will be, when the internet goes down, the lists will be instituted. There's certain people that have been too vocal that they can't have around, and I'm good with that. Whatever.
Do you remember back under Obama? There was a guy making a big deal about having a gun rally in DC. He was going to get millions of people to bring their guns and go to DC.
And the truckers.
And then he just disappeared.
Yeah.
Never to be heard from again.
It happens quite often. I believe so. I'll tell you what, Catalina, I see a lot of movement in the firmament. And even when it's not my little moon, dude, but I hear you. Even when I still believed in NASA, because I did. That was a tough one to swallow. I followed NASA since I was 9. At 45 years old, it went, wait a minute. The stars look like they're underwater and they're giving off frequencies exactly like cymatics that's carved in every ancient temple, etc. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's completely flat. I got a lot of flack for that, but you know what? I'm good at catching flack. But I'll tell you what, I've never tried to be, this is Richie from Boston from my CNN studios. I'm not one of them YouTubers. I'll say crazy stuff because what do I care? Seriously. And guess what? The crazy stuff's the stuff that shows up and it's like, wow, that happened. That's crazy, you know? Yeah,
Sean, it is a spiritual battle.
Yes.
It is. This is crazy. At any rate, you guys got anything else you want to?
I want to thank everybody that prayed for me. They know when and for what. And I want to thank that because I think
I was afraid you were going to get mad because I put that out there.
Nah, could never be. It's more people talking to the Lord. That's good stuff. And
prayer is the best.
I really appreciate it. In fact, as you went out in the rain for me, and God really honored that, and I thank you for that.
You're looking pretty good for having a heart attack about a month ago, isn't you?
Having a heart attack and refuses to go to the hospital.
Yep.
Seriously. Some people don't even have a heart attack and they go to the hospital.
She knows what's waiting. She's ready to go.
Going home.
So listen, I've kind of said this halfway in a couple of videos, and I don't want to get all sappy and whatnot, but the reality is to continue moving forward.
I'm sorry.
Is that real? No, it's all good. I thought that was somebody pretending to bark.
It's the fur kid.
No, it's all good.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
The internet has to go down. It's got to go down. They can't have this anymore. So just to everybody that's rolled with us all this time, it's crazy, but stand your ground. Don't stay in this material world if you have to give up everything that you know you need to do.
That's right.
Eternity is eternity. This has been a long life. I'm 52 or 53. I don't even know. And it's been a long life, but it's only a twinkling of the eye. And this right here is not a test. It may have started as a test, but it has gone exponential. It's gone forced vaccinations, quarantines, martial law, stealing the dollar, destroying the dollar. Money will be gone when all the smoke clears. And then Trump pulls this. We've got massive hospital ships sitting on either coast. What do you think is coming, people? I mean, come on, man. What do you think is coming?
One world government, one world religion, and one world currency. And that's their agenda. Everything fits into one of those three boxes. And I mean, what are they threatening us with? Heaven? Please.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see it that way. I just hope it isn't as rough as it would have been if I hadn't done all this. But to be perfectly honest, none of this was my idea ever. I've been called every name in the book over the years. When I started making bug out videos, again, after not doing them for 6 years, because I got so much shit for it, you're just, it's all fear porn, everything you're talking about, so you can sell bug out bags. Well, I wasn't actually selling them. So there's that. But when I started making them again and I started hitting the woods and then I started recording it, I said, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I am. So it is what it is.
I'll tell you why. Last night, when my brother called, night before last, when my brother called after they got put in the 2-week lockdown because he's in the Bay Area, we said, you need to go to this channel and this channel and this channel, your 3 channels, and you need to start watching and you need to catch up. And then he called again yesterday and got some more information. So that's why you've been doing it, is for people to wake up.
People you may never meet.
Well, that's the thing, is I'm not cool. When if you walk up to me and it happens constantly, I'm not really awesome. I drive an awesome truck and people walk up to go, that's awesome. And I'm like, yeah, I act like you're the rudest person ever. And then I settle down. I've been like that since I was a kid. I don't necessarily like people, but I love humanity and I loved this place, and they've taken it from us and it's going to get worse. Don't risk your eternal soul for short-term time left on this controlled world for material things, even if it's for children or anything. This is really happening right now. If you don't see that, I don't know what else has to happen, but I got a funny feeling it's coming soon because they're just clicking them off the list right now.
Yeah.
We can testify. We've had much and we've had little, and it is a lot less stress having little than it is having a lot.
That's a true story. It's absolutely true. At any rate, Richie from Boston, Deb and Richard from an undisclosed location, even though they've said it 13 times.
Can I get a
I will
plug
be
in real
back
fast?
here again if the creek don't rise and the good Lord's willing. Other than that, people, don't give up, don't fear, and don't take that shot. Rich,
Can I get a plug real fast?
have at it.
SheriffRick.com. SheriffRick.com. Running for sheriff for such a time as this. If you got any toilet paper money left over,
Send it. Very optimistic. We are.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right. Well, that was pretty cool. Little stream on a stream action. I hope hope everyone in the chat was cool about that. RFB's cool. He's got some good work, and it's what he's been encouraging this whole time is just, it doesn't matter if you have 1 subscriber or 100,000. Just share the message that needs to be shared, and I feel like that was necessary. He just ended it, Jen. So.
Okay. Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Oh, that's okay. I had to do the same thing a little while ago, but yeah, that was cool. That was good stuff. Exactly. Great stuff.
That's really good. I texted Steve when we were, watching the video, and we're going to look at these executive orders whenever you're ready to get to it, Steve, if you want to start off with that or not. But I don't know if people realize what was signed in while Bush was in office, while Obama was in office. And these guys had their role to play, and each one signed more and more and more stuff in. And I don't know if anybody's ever really looked at them or if they haven't looked at them in a while, but we should definitely address it.
Absolutely.
You have their arsenal.
You haven't sent me anything yet, so
No.
But I'm ready.
I was going to have you, just go with the executive orders if you have that up, because we'll get into other stuff.
I don't. What should I be specifically looking up here?
I texted executive orders for national emergency.
We got
and all day long to this stuff, and love you. It's getting crazy, guys. I mean, you look outside your door, nothing's going on, yet it's just pumping out this fear virus to tell eyes to your vision, and everybody's buying it. And it's scary to think that there's this many sheeple actually around me, you know, and how it took them 5 days to get water to the Superdome. It could take them 5 months to get food to the American people at one point. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Are they going to bring in UN troops? I mean, what's going to happen here? Well, if there's no gatherings of people anywhere, I feel like we've already been invaded by China without them ever even firing a shot or landing on the ground with troops or anything.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just looking through.
Life is canceled. Breaking news. Cancel life indefinitely.
I'm not really finding anything to whatever. They're making this hard over here. Hold on. So national emergency.
How about I'll give it over to you, and I'll take a look and see what I can find, and you can talk to everybody for a minute.
Yeah, that's what yeah. All right. So we had a couple other people join. We got Christian Knapp here now, Tom Yer, Albert A. Yep. Absolutely. The Real News Online. Oh God, Karen. We crossed the streams. Ooh. What's up, Karen? That's disgusting. Tommy Tell the Truth. Rain and Pain. Got a ball. What's up, brother? Marika. What's up? I like seeing your support on Twitter. It's good stuff. Scott Moran. Salted Cedar. Hey you. Hey you. Singe Man. What's up? Steffi P. Michael Healy. What else we got? Yeah, shout me. No idea how to say your name, but what's up, brother or sister? It's 2020. Don't know. What else we got? Yep. What's going on, Michael? Ooh, my doll face is here. What's going on? There you go. Catherine. Yeah, Catherine. Tomato, potato, pretty much. But there is a specific order that was passed in 2011. I think Jen's trying to find that right now. That was talking about basically the guidelines that the president can usher in martial law, can usher in National Guard, FEMA, MEMA, you name it, under the guidelines of a national emergency. Am I in an igloo? No, man, it's just Massachusetts. It'd be cold up here, bro. You know about it. It's like 40 degrees in this bitch right now. What is it? Let me see. Let me see. What do we got? Yeah, bro. Oh, that's Cape Cod. Shit. I don't live in Cape Cod. I was trying to find a place to play golf, and everywhere's going to be crappy. What we got? We got 46. It's cold, baby. It's cold up here. JNJ for Truth. What's up? Anyone from PR? What does that mean? Is that Puerto Rico? I'm not sure. Could be. It's gonna be a long 7, bro. I'll tell you that. What do you want from me? I know. I mean, I'm one of those people that would rather live in the cold. I'd rather keep putting layers on. I can't stand the heat. I know when Jen gets a second, she'll tell you guys about how the awesome heat has been affecting her down in Alabama already on March 18th, 2020. It's ridiculous. It's like 85 degrees down there. It's like 45 degrees up here. So I don't really know what's going on. Canadians, we got one right here. Vancouver, baby. Canucks. What's up, Phil? Yep. Yeah, crazy stuff, man. Crazy. Crazy times we're living in. Super duper crazy. And let me see if I could try to find this bill real quick.
I hate the internet anymore. Everything I look for, I can't find. And it should be so easy to find. Ugh.
Yeah. I know. I'm spelling everything wrong. That's my issue.
Well, I don't know if anybody's heard of this, but Black Sheep Researcher covered it earlier. He did a really good video on it. I heard about it the other day, and it's called Saint Corona. Has anybody ever heard of Saint Corona? Because I sure haven't. Apparently, she's the patron saint of pandemics. Of course she is. Saint Corona. No coincidence. No.
No, not at all. Let me see if I can find something here. Oh, national emergencies, blah, 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 blah. Uh-oh, I might have found something here.
Yeah, that when they take the internet down and then they bring it back up, it's going to be completely different than what we're used to. That's for sure. A lot of us won't be around anymore.
Why are they giving me Libyan shit? Like, I'm looking for...
I'm trying to find stuff. I'm being specific, and I'm getting crap.
Here we go. Here we go. What have we got here? Oh, my.
Another thing, too, is that I haven't heard a peep from the military. Like, I haven't heard anybody talking. Nobody's saying nothing, you know, and then what? They're just going to roll the military out on us? Are they... I mean, and these two ships that are off the coast, how do we even know they're medical ships? Are we being boxed in here? Are we being herded and corralled into our homes? And this is some sort of, it feels like it's a takeover.
It is. Like we said the other night. Just like we said the other night.
Sheep get herded. Sheep get led to the slaughter. The wolf is dwelling with the lamb, and now it's eating the lamb, apparently.
You know how many executive orders were passed in 2011? I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm looking at a really long list right now.
Yeah, Obama put a lot of stuff in.
I'm looking at a long list right now. That's probably not good.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start with looking at these. Like, what is all this? Structural reform.
I'm on my 20th cup of coffee today. I'll tell you what. And then, you know, my sister, she's starting to be on board with this is all nothing but a fucking hoax and a joke. And she can't even believe that, you know, the normies that she talks to every day are actually buying this and they're not listening to her. And then when she commented on Facebook earlier, somebody called her a really bad name and told her she was crazy and stuff. Now, my sister's not used to those type of comments because she doesn't put herself out there the way I do. And I have for the last 10 years. So for her, it was kind of shocking. She couldn't believe it. And I'm like, welcome to my world. This is what it's like dealing with the sheeple on a daily basis and trying to wake them up. I said, these sheeple people are going to turn on us because we're going to be the ones that will refuse the vaccines. And we'll be looked at as we're the ones who are the problem. They already do that with mothers that won't vaccinate their kids. They demonize them. Well, you're going to be the reason that measles pops back up or something because you won't vaccinate your child.
Right. Absolutely. I'm just, I'm not finding anything productive over here.
All right. Well, let's move into Saint Corona. I know before we kick off everything, you did say you wanted to say a prayer, and I think that's a really good idea. So I'm going to let you handle that.
Yeah. All right. Hold on.
Since we're talking about Saint Corona, maybe we can pray to her.
No, let's not. Let's not say we did.
The patron saint of fucking pandemics. That's a new word anyway, pandemic. How long's this fucking saint been around? You see a picture of her. It looks like she's from the 1600s or something.
It was way before that. I got the link up over here. But yeah, something I was thinking about earlier, guys, was Brian was talking about on their stream how we have the higher conscious energy higher than these people when it comes to spirituality. And I'm not one here to force Christianity upon anyone, but it seems like a decent route right around now. But whoever your higher being is, whoever your higher ranking creator is, whoever you think puts you here for the reason that you're here right now, I think that we should take just 60 seconds of personal reflection and prayer to your creator. And maybe we can not unlock like a new spiritual aspect, but really feel the connection that maybe we're all looking for right now. So without, I'm not going to say anything, but just, if everyone just prays to themselves real quick, I feel like they'll do us a lot of good right now, because who knows how much longer we're going to be doing these live streams and whatnot. Because something I wanted to talk about too is, we wouldn't have this passion if we didn't feel like something was completely wrong, or if something was about to happen. Our discernment and our inner gut feeling is really, really working at its full potential right now for people who want to use it. And Brian's yelling at the top of his lungs, I'm yelling, Richie's yelling, you're yelling, and it's not at nothing. It's because something's behind all this. There's something that they're either not telling us, or something that's about to happen that's going to shift our whole paradigm. So I think that we should just take a good 60 seconds of silence and just reflect in prayer and just pray to God for power and wisdom and forgiveness. So. All right. Well, I feel like that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel better.
Right. That's what I'm saying, because everyone's in this like freak out state, like oh, like I feel like we all needed something just to bring us back a little bit, So exactly, right there, 100%. But all right, so yeah, you said you want to talk into the old Saint Corona.
Yeah, let's take a look at this bitch. Fucking Saint Corona, patron saint of pandemics.
There we go.
Give me a fucking break.
How nice is that?
It's like some kind of joke.
It is. And she was a martyr apparently in the 2nd century. And something I find interesting with that was what happened in the 2nd month of the year. Well, Kobe Bryant was diced off. 2nd century, he was not a martyr, but a sacrifice. So I'm just connecting those two a little bit,
Yep.
And this was published today.
Of course it was. They just made this bitch up. I mean, come on. They grabbed some fucking painting from God 16, who knows whatever, and slapped this shit on it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. Iconically, Corona, blah blah blah, of pandemic sufferers. Well, it's interesting that people know that the word pandemic really means, well, man is Lucifer, you know, and in Greek means district. So the television, they are laying out their new district of Satan because this is only a disease, a quote unquote disease that's susceptible through the eyes.
Yep.
That's how it's all going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Saint Corona.
And,
Saint
Corona is popping up everywhere. Corona typewriters, Corona this, Corona that. It's just, it's a joke. It really is.
It is.
And
It's ridiculous.
The joke's going to be on us if people don't wake the fuck up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I went to Catholic schools and we didn't learn nothing about no Saint Corona.
No, you learn about all the saints.
Not Corona.
Pandemic.
I'm sure there's pandemics going on in the year 2. It might be. It might be, who knows?
No, see, they're like, meet Saint Corona. Like they just hoisted her out. Like, here you go, meet Saint Corona.
All right, come get your autograph. You get your picture.
Don't pray to God. Pray to this saint because she's the patron saint of pandemics.
Right, let's recognize her. Give her her own day. Looking like a green alien-looking bitch.
She's
it's
looking
nice.
at you like, you dumb bitches.
Right, look at her, son of a bitch. That's awesome.
Smack that smirk right out for jackwagon face.
Oh my god, beat the hell out of that shit.
These are a bitch.
Crazy, they got to keep these pumping out. Get the corona here, get your pandemic there. Second century martyr connects to Kobe because corona equals Kobe, but since they're rewriting the internet, now it doesn't. But thankfully, I made a 5-minute video out of nowhere last week and proved it, and then they took it off the next day. So find that rather interesting,
It's truth, and they can't have truth. Truth is a new hate speech. I get hate speech all the time for truth.
Right.
All right. So, life's canceled. We're having a fire sale. Chinese are invading. Kids are driving parents crazy right now. And we haven't heard a peep from the military. At least I haven't heard anybody military talking about anything. It's like dead silence over there. And, then they roll out St. Corona on us. Well, let's talk about the kids. Okay, even my cousin right now, she's stuck home from work because her work shut down, the school shut down. She's homeschooling her kid. She's got all this work to do and everything. And she's like, can I get this kid out of my class? He's driving me nuts and all this stuff. And, then you got the liquor stores and all closed down, which I'm sure there's plenty of people that, are used to having liquor as a crutch in their life that no longer have it. You're going to have a bunch of crazy people out there who are on drugs who are no longer going to get their drugs. That's going to be interesting because people are going to be detoxing off of that shit. And every one of those cases are going to be fucking corona. And then they're going to come out with their wonderful vaccine. Oh, well, life's going to go back to normal. All we got to do is take the vaccine, make sure your kids are vaccinated because they can't come back to school unless they're vaccinated. And you can't go back to work. So then you're stuck at home with your kid and he's going to drive you fucking nuts.
Really? Sorry, I was just reading that chat real quick. I just find that weird because my middle name is Christopher and, that's kind of why. So let me just do a little Saint Chris. Yep.
Saint Christopher is a dog man.
Did not know that. I guess that's awesome.
My son's Christopher.
Okay. Yeah. I see the dog man now. That's not cool. It's not cool. I guess I should change my fucking middle name to like John or some shit. What the hell?
So the Mandela effect is still happening, okay? Amidst all this corona shit. Maybe they see that more people are waking up to this Mandela effect. All their hit pieces aren't working. They can't stop it. So they're going to shut everything down and keep everybody separated. So they can't talk to each other. They can't communicate. They can't brainstorm and really figure out what's going on because the masses are waking up too quick, maybe. So they're going to pull this shit.
Yep. Coronavirus has 8 million Californians under shelter in place. Exactly what you were just talking about. How nice is that?
I have never seen anything like this in my life. Literally, I've been waiting for this to happen for about 10 years now. I've talked about it. I've stocked up on it numerous times, rotated out. I can't tell you how many canned goods over the years. And here it is. I can't believe we're even here at this point right now. It came so fast and furious. It's like a thief in the night, you know? It's just like it swooped in and it went. It's like China is taking over the world and shutting the world down. China. This is made in China, guys.
Yeah, and the old vaccine they're working with a company out of China.
And China's going to have the latest microchip social crediting system set up in that chip for you.
Yeah, they've been had that shit set up. They've been had that. Yep. Oh, I guess it's 9 million. 9 million Californians. So it went from. How nice is that? 9 million under shelter.
In place for so fucking long.
What does that even mean, shelter in place? They talked about that in schools, you know, in case there was something like, oh, we're having a shelter in place drill. I'm like, what does that even mean?
A few years ago, they started really pumping that meme out, shelter in place, where everybody before was talking about bugging out to the mountains and shit and the Ozarks and everything. Now it's shelter in place, because they don't want anybody to go anywhere. For some reason, they want us all to stay in our houses. Is there going to be a huge celestial event that we're all going to miss if we're all in our houses? I don't know.
Anyone else see that fucking title change on me here? Anyone else just see that happen? Anyone else just see that happen? The title just changed on us.
Oh my gosh, and you just had that clicked.
Clearly.
Did they update their page? Click on it.
We just had the same thing up.
Oh, now they're starting to pump out the deaths. Now that we're going to hear death stories now. Death tolls are going to start rising. They have to take it to the next level of fear for everybody. Because everybody's like, nothing's happening. We don't see anything happening. And now they're going to start showing that stuff's happening. How many times did we see drills of them having triage tents set up and their crisis actors laying on the ground acting like they're dead or getting treated or whatever like that, covered up with with sheets and stuff. We could see them breathing under the sheet and everything.
Yeah, all the time.
Like that. I mean, look what they did with fucking Vegas. They pulled that shit off right in front of everybody. That was probably just a test to see how many people would go along with this whole thing and follow the crowd that's running around screaming.
It's bad. You know, like Oklahoma City, that whole event. You know, even the crisis actors at 9/11, they were apparently helping this dude covered in blood, you know, and the dude's white shirt has no blood on it. It's like, oh, that's nice.
All bullshit. Everything we've been seeing on the televised your vision has been fake up to this point, and then people are going to still believe this crap that's coming out.
Absolutely. Like, what else did we say? Trump said, what did he say? This is worse than 9/11. You know, even though that we all know no one died in 9/11, so this is just the same thing. Just like you said, he called this an invisible enemy, and an enemy means we have to. It's someone who's against us. We're gonna fight them, and what does that mean when you fight the enemy? It's a declaration of war.
Yeah.
But if it's a war from an invisible enemy on not foreign soil, but you know, homeland soil.
Yeah.
Martial law will be set.
And this virus that they're saying everybody's infected with, well, the war's on the virus and the virus is in the people, so the war's on the people.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous how people just, you know, can't put two and two together. They can't put them together, man. And like, what else did he say? You know, the businesses, all these businesses are shutting down. The small businesses, breakfast restaurants, other places like that. You know, they're told to go apply for unemployment. But you know, if all these businesses shut down and we live off the system
broke.
It's gonna break. It's gonna break even harder and quicker. And
Yeah,
it doesn't make
like
any
they have
sense.
no money. They're in debt, trillions and trillions of dollars, and then suddenly they have money to just give everybody. And, oh, don't worry about it. It's okay. Here you go. Here's some money. It'll take 5-10 years to get anything passed through, red tape for anything you ever try to get passed through Congress or anything. And then today they're just like, okay, we're just going to dull out this money. Here you go. No problem. Everybody shut up. Here, we're going to pay you to stay home. Stay home. Stay separated. Oh, and by the way, we're going to cut the internet off. And, well, the trucks can't roll because we can't have Corona going from state to state. So they're going to shut down the states. And then when people start getting fucking hungry because they're running out of their provisions and we're months into this thing, they're going to be begging for a solution. Problem, reaction, solution.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that ties right into UBI. But let's go UBI definition first in case people aren't really know what we're talking about. It is the universal basic income. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty much what they're gonna pay you to stay at home, pretty much, in case your job gets taken over by a robot or a pandemic, perhaps. And there's no coincidence that where was it? I just had it here. Oh, of course. Where can I click on this again? I should have just left it up because we're never going to find that. Here we go. Universal basic income gains traction as coronavirus ramps up, pretty much. And Andrew Yang, I guess, was some dude running for president who was all about UBI. He dropped out a couple weeks ago, right before the old, in mid-February. He dropped out right before the old coronavirus came into town. But now, they're jumping all over it because they're going to send $1,000 a month in our pockets, and UBI program seems to be staying some power, and Trump seems like they're going to be, he wants to push for it. And he had that other specific word. It was like not a tax holiday or something like that. And that's what UBI is, where everyone just gets paid $1,000 to stay at home, pretty much.
Yeah, and when people say, well, you don't know anybody who has Corona. Nobody. I don't know anybody that's got it. But yet, the Tell Lies to Your Vision tells you, well, you do know somebody who's got it. Tom Hanks got it, and now this guy from the Dark Tower. I can't say his name. However you say that guy's name, Ibis Alba or something like that. This guy has it now. Basketball players have it. This boxer over here has it and stuff like that. Oh, and a bunch of people in another country that you'll never see or meet, they have it too. But yeah, no, you don't know anybody who has it. And now they're probable. So you can go in, say you are going in thinking you might have something because you're a fucking sheeple. And now it's like, okay, well, you're a probable case. So we're adding you into the numbers. Well, it's allergy season and summertime around here at the same time with 80 degrees here in Alabama. I just had my lawn cut again. Third time since February 10th that I've had my lawn cut. We had no winter and no spring. We're just going right into the we went from rain and damp and cold to fucking summertime with spring mixed in. It's like everything's happened all at the same time here.
Oh, yeah. It's all left up.
Yeah.
It's all left up.
My car is covered with pollen and it's 80 degrees out. Tomorrow it's going to be 85. I may even lay out and try to get a tan. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be, sunny and beautiful, and then rain the next 5 days.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you have Mitt Romney saying Americans need cash now. Coronavirus has lawmakers calling for UBI. We need the UBI. We need to keep everyone out of their jobs and keep paying them money that's non-existent.
Yeah, and if they appease the American people with the offer of $1,000 or some shit like that and tax breaks and all this other stuff, you know how many people will eat that up? People have been in survival mode since 2008.
Yep.
Remember when they sent those checks out back in 2008, 2007? George Bush sent out a bunch of checks, like $600 checks.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. These people are just going out of their minds. And, I thought that they were going to usher in the basic income standards through like an autonomic takeover of the system, but they're just putting a fake patented virus. And the funny part about the definition of this, with the first line they give here, the coronavirus may be used as a vaccine for treatment and or preventing a disease such as an infectious bronchitis. That's interesting. They just throw that right in the old title. How ridiculous is that? How ridiculous.
100% fucking ridiculous.
Application expires 2035 on 7/23. Oh,
No,
man.
look, China wanted us in the beginning, us and everybody else, to adopt their tactics on quarantine. We showed it on one of our shows a couple weeks back, their tactics on their quarantines. We saw them taking people away. We saw them shutting the streets down, nobody out on the street. Well, now it's happening here. And so America is just going to now do whatever China says to do? Why would that be?
It's ridiculous.
It's a systematic shutdown of the plane. It's literally incredible that we're seeing this happen right now. And
flatten the curve.
Yeah.
How nice is that? How nice is that?
You're gonna tell me my imaginary friend doesn't have Yeah. They're
talking about
they're
imaginary.
weaponized, patented COVID-19. It's patented. They made the shit. They also made the 5G to work in tandem with each other, to pull off this big fucking hoax that nobody's going to die from. Just like 9/11, nobody died. They're going to fudge all these numbers. Steve, that thing that I just sent you that we read before we went online, somebody posted in, I think, Real News Online, and it was that supposed doctor, a friend of a friend who has a doctor friend in the ER. Yeah. Check this out, guys.
It's ridiculous. You want me to give it a read again?
Yeah, sure. You already read it once. You did so good.
My reading skills are right up there.
It's practice.
Yep, practice makes perfect.
That's right.
All right, so this is just some disinformation, in my opinion, and most likely in everyone else's. Once we get through this was posted in the Real News Online. I'm sure it's not there anymore because we have good mods over there, but from my doctor friend, just got this text and sharing info from friend, DR and ER. Yeah, sounds like a real person writing this.
Yeah, it's probably a Facebook bot.
Yeah, just like the old bots that called on 9/11. Hi, blah blah blah. You're my mother. Don't you believe me? Blah blah blah. Give me a break. So hey guys, putting my doctor hat on for a second. Please take this COVID for real. The press is about 4 days behind the CDC. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
The virus is everywhere. Okay. Yeah,
everywhere,
it's all over the television. It's ridiculous. We just don't have enough tests to show it. So, okay, we'll just make this up and then we'll put a fact right next to it that contradicts it. That's awesome. If you think you have a few members in your community, you have hundreds or thousands. If you think you have none, you do. So, yeah.
So, in other words, look at everybody as the enemy. Stay away from them. Don't gather. Don't talk to anybody.
Exactly. Stay at home. Practice your social distancing. Make sure you're watching the television because they're going to stage an event on there, in my opinion. But all right.
Social distancing sounds like something that a socialist government would impose on people.
Yeah. Right.
China, socialists?
Social distancing. It's right there. I bet Bernie Sanders was awesome. He was probably like, oh, yeah, this is a good fucking plan right here, Mr. Communist, I'm going to steal your money and make you guys try to vote me in every year. Dumb fuck. All right. Best estimate that our government does not want to share is that at least 50 million Americans will be exposed. That is conservative by many measures. Yeah. So hunker down, work from home if you can until they turn the internet off and you're fucked. And isolate yourself if you get sick because that works. That works. So a virus can't go through a wall or a door, or a window. It's nice. I am on the front lines for this at Yale. The old Skull and Bones originated. That's nice. and
away.
and he's frankly scared. It is chaos. Order out of chaos, 322, Freemasonry, 1333, all right there for you. And we are woefully unprepared. I already have been exposed a few times in the line of duty. So someone go get this guy a Medal of Honor, a purple ribbon, a big dildo to wear on his head, because it doesn't mean shit.
So he's already been exposed a couple of times, but now he's going to continue to keep pulling 15-hour days so he can expose himself to everybody else around him.
Well, keep putting in 15-hour days. Well, that good for you. You still got a job, you prick. That's good for you. Taking my temperature twice a day until I get sick. Nice. For us in healthcare, it is not until. Oh, it is until, not if, which is terrifying.
Yes,
And
they want you to be terrified.
That is fear porn at its finest.
He's
exactly.
a terrifying terrorist.
It's ridiculous. It's
most likely a Facebook bot put that out. You know, that's just, it's ludicrous.
But the funny thing is
that in groups that they trust and believe it. Oh my God, a friend of a friend of a friend.
Yeah, right. But the thing is, you know, they're pushing this Corona meme right in the beginning of not flu season, but allergy season. So people are gonna be wheezing, coughing, sneezing, getting little infections, and then before you know it, they're gonna point the finger and be like, "You got Corona." It's like, no, I just need a little vitamin C, a couple of hits of Flonase, and I'm back on top. I don't know what you're talking about. Give me a break. Give me a break off that Kit Kat bar.
So if you don't get their vaccination / chip of nanotech or whatever, then you won't be able to participate in society, because you won't be allowed into society because you don't have a vaccine. So you can't buy, you can't sell, you can't live in these areas and stuff like that. Or if you try to come in, then you'll be a pandemic terrorist of some sort.
Gotta love that stuff. Oh man. What are they gonna do?
I don't know, but they're doing it. That's all I know. Because this shit has never happened before, ever. I mean, guys, come on. Mandela effects never happened like this before. It might have been happening all this time and we didn't notice it. And now it's speeding up and we're seeing it. But I mean, this is some unprecedented shit right here that they're rolling. Guys,
yep.
March.
You'd have no idea. You'd have no idea if we were, you would think a whole year has gone by, but.
And it's happening daily. It's like every day, boom, 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 to where it's going to be just emergency broadcasts through the whole thing. Because hourly there's going to be changes. They're going to throw all kinds of numbers at people and start scaring them back into their houses. And then they're going to let the sheeple just, turn on each other. Because people are going to run out of shit. They're not prepared like they should be.
No, that's why I've just been getting, not like super prepared, not buying thousands.
Even mentally, they're not prepared to do something like this.
They're not even physically, they're not mentally, and not even
drugs.
Yeah. Oh my God. How many kids do we know?
Druggies and alcoholics running around who are just losing it and dropping over and stuff. You can die from all that stuff, coming off stuff without weaning yourself off.
Absolutely. But hey, you want to take 5 real quick and come back in a second?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, guys. This is Dipping from the Matrix, Steve JMO, TruthSeeker69. We'll be back in like 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Eckhart, you talk about in an ever-changing world, a species needs to either adapt or they will die out. And then you go on to say, and I quote, that humanity is now faced with a stark choice, evolve or die.
There's so much to say in so little time. This is a song for those left behind, an insider's view to what's going on. If Christians are raptured away and are gone, in case of emergency, take this CD and make many copies to give away free. But first get a Bible and start reading now. The moment will come when they will not allow distribution, possession of anything Christian. You'll go underground, a secret resistance, and face persecution, imprisoned and beaten. Now is the time to make your decision, to battle his minions left on this earth, or fall for a false explanation. Prefer to be herded like sheep. The ancient delusion, the oldest of schemes, has come to conclusion. The mark of the beast from the father of lies, the angel of light, master of disguise. He's devising a plan, preparing us now, and through evolution, convincing the crowds that aliens somehow are out there and bound to have all of the answers and power to know the solution. Like indigo children, smarter than humans, more intuition, much more evolved. They're sending a vision, prepare the whole world with a false explanation. If we're to evolve, we must remove Christians. They call it the cleansing, and this is their mission.
Evolve or die refers to whether humanity survives as a species. There is an enormous awakening happening on the planet.
The age of Aquarius, ending duality, Oprah the Secret, and Eckhart Tolle preach what will bring in a new age reality based in traditions of pagan theosophy, bound to be thousands of offshoots of Crowley, students of Alice C. Bailey who follow the lies of Helena Blavatsky, radically altering, changing the pages of history, laying the groundwork forged by the tools of Lucifer, paving the way for the United Nations, a slow preparation, patiently waiting since the creation. The Garden of Eden, a planet whose placement in time is persuaded by aliens, outside invasions, abductions, and cow mutilations, creating an atmosphere ripe for the picking, with movies and Hollywood implanting trickery, mastery over the masses. The whole world collapses in panic, all desperate for someone to save them. Obey anyone that will answer their questions. The savior of sorts, a new age messiah. The wolf in sheep's clothing is what will transpire. The mayhem is out of control at this moment. A world full of chaos, confusion, and torment. I'm telling you, don't stop at anything. You can't afford to face life without Christ as your king. The moment might come when the song's a reality, trapped in a world where it's actually happening.
That's one of my favorite quotes that a significant portion of the Earth's population will soon recognize, if they haven't already done so, that humanity is now faced with a stark choice: evolve or die.
And in those days, there were giants in the land, and the sons of the angels of God looked upon
All right, we are back. We are good to go. And looks like Jen's not back yet, but that's okay. That is okay. So I feel like maybe next we should get into the connections between Event 201, the Corona simulation, and Bill Gates and Johns Hopkins, because they are interesting connections, I may add. So let's just hey Jen, I'm just showing people something real quick.
5 minutes goes by so quick.
Hey, I know I ran upstairs and the song was ending, but can you see this right now?
Yeah.
And people, there's no coincidence that, oops, that still came out 33. That's funny. We got Bill Gates, that equals 33 in Pythagorean numerology. Pythagoras was a Freemason. That's a fact. You can look that up yourself. But Bill Gates is 33.
He's a fucking dickhead, that guy. I want to taser him.
There's no coincidence. There's no coincidence that Bill Gates is 33 and pandemic is Satan's district. And that's what he is stepping down from Microsoft to go help with, is this pandemic. And what date did he do that on specifically? Well, He did it on a 33 a date, a 33 date pretty much. He did it on Friday the 13th, 3-13. 33.
No coincidence there.
Just like Donald Trump put the state of emergency upon America on 3-13 or 33. And there's no coincidence that it was specifically it was between the minutes of 3:32 and 3:33 is when those words actually left his mouth. So you tell me who's in on this stuff, people, and you tell me who 33 and why they're worshiping 33 and why it's not a coincidence or why it is a coincidence, because there is no coincidence. People think this is all just numbers don't mean nothing. Well, 33% of the angels fell.
Yep.
Eve's first 3 kids, one of them turned out to be a bastard. So there's that. There's 33% of that gone. Right there for you. Off grip. Before all of them even fell down. Off grip. 33% was gone. It's speculated that the fruit that Eve ate wasn't really a fruit. It was secretly a serpent egg. And that's what happens. You lay an egg and it will produce the offspring or a body.
Yep. They try to tell us we have eggs.
Yeah, I'll give you some over easy eggs. That's about it.
So, Steve, I resent you a message. It's what I seen earlier. I took a picture of it on my computer, and they're propagating already that in the next couple of days the numbers are going to rise.
Absolutely. And just real quick, I just want to address this comment. 33 is the infinity number. It absolutely is. And for people who don't know how or why it's the infinity number, 3 + 3 = 8 in this situation. You take your first 3, you flip it, you merge them together, you get your 8. The 8 is the infinity symbol, which is why Kobe Bryant lives forever. The Black Mamba lives forever, which is why he's connected to all this. But yes.
He's not dead.
Oh, not even close. Not even close. But let me just hit a refresh real quick.
Okay.
Any day soon would be great. Okay. Jennifer. Bing, bang,
so
boom.
in order for them to keep people in their houses and keep people shut up, they're going to increase the numbers here.
There you go.
Number of people diagnosed will increase over the next couple of days because more testing.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's more probable cases is what it is, because they're marking everything probable now. And they're not even seeing people for anything else.
No, why would they? Why would they? These people are so just dead set on just making everyone bow down to this. Another
interesting thing here. No, a social distancing. They want to, strike into the fear of minds of people. You need to socially distance. These people are all crammed up together on this stage, and everybody sitting there asking questions, all the press, are right next to each other. It's not like there's spaces between the chairs and stuff. So where's all the social distancing going on here? I mean, these people couldn't get closer together.
That's what I'm saying. They want to practice this social distancing shit, but yet they're all together.
They're sticking together.
The news broadcasting is still going on. All of them they have jobs. They're getting paid. They're sitting right next to each other. They're shaking hands. They're kissing each other, shitting, fucking, whatever it is. These spirit cooking motherfuckers don't give a shit. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I think you said social distancing has something to do with all of this. So Charlie Baker, my governor, was talking about it. Donald Trump was talking about it. It's something they want to start practicing because UBI is going to be the new age, man. Everyone's going to get paid to stay at home and socially distance themselves and fear that they won't get sick again until they release this new 5G super chip fucking DNA upgrade.
Oh yeah, it's gonna not be good, guys. Not be good.
No, man, no. And like I said, 5G works into this in both ways because you got the corona field hidden in a 5G frequency field that no one likes to talk about. But at the same time, 5G is still going up everywhere, and it's being worked on as we speak in the background of all of this. So it doesn't matter what's happening right now in the background; they're still setting this all up.
Yeah.
And
tell them about your place.
What about my place?
You said there's one going up right up the street from you.
Oh no, it's one that's been up. They're just upgrading it or something. They have like beams set up there, stuff set on pulley wires. They're upgrading these, and there's no coincidence that they're upgrading them today. It's just rather strange that last night I had a dream that there was one of the one of the 5G towers down the street from me got upgraded, and it was strange. It was really strange because they started well, these are the new lamps that are up everywhere. I saw these all along the highways. I never seen those before in my life, but these are the new 5G fucking street lamps they got up. But
Unbelievable.
I had a dream that they went from something like that's how it looks now in my neighborhood. A couple more little things
So
on
they're
there.
going to use this network of towers to fucking hone in on areas and make people have these symptoms of, well, it's going to be obviously 5G syndrome, but they're all going to have to come down with coronavirus.
Yeah.
And that's how they're going to scare people.
That's what I'm saying. They could just make a couple people fall down and they're going to call it coronavirus. But at the same time, like I said, like I was telling you before off air, this is just like this is just like a good boxing match, you know? They're hitting us with that corona jab really hard right now, but we're not going to see the right hook, which could be this possible alien invasion or something's going to come upon the earth and they're going to throw it all over the television because everyone's at home watching it, so no one's going to miss a beat on that.
Yep.
And if they usher in this fight or this alien deception type deal, the 5G is up and good to go, guys. I showed this before, the Baltimore Ravens, their halftime show for a game this year at home was a 5G hologram. It was a hologram of a Raven that was like 40 yards long. You could feel the wind coming off of it. You could hear it. It was right there for you. That was a test. And in China, they did the same, or Japan, they did the same thing a year or two ago. They had dragons flying around in stadiums. They've had hologram water shows, fireworks, you name it. They've had Tupac show up at a concert hologram.
That's unbelievable. And then the ships had the 5G on it, and the ship had probably elderly people on it because a lot of elderly people go cruising on cruise ships. And then they were susceptible to this syndrome, which they labeled coronavirus. Now, you know, interestingly enough, they closed down the stadiums, but what if they reopened the stadiums and people were starting to go back and everything seemed to be getting normal? And then they flip on the switch on these 5Gs in these stadiums. And then because these are gatherings and all this stuff like that, people start getting sick because they're sitting in a stadium full of 5G.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Quick, easy exposure.
Yep.
These are going up everywhere. These are the newer ones. This is in my dream. They went from this to this in my dream. And today I'm driving down the street and they're working on one of these. And I have a funny feeling that in a day or two, it's going to look something like this. Just a funny feeling. You know, maybe it was a dream sent by someone to be like, they're getting ready. I don't know.
They're upgrading.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt, you know, and they're saying the numbers will be increased because of testing. But then we have this fake thing on the real news saying that, you know, we're going to increase more testing, or we can't have more testing, but the numbers will increase. So what's really going on here? It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
It's all like you said, it's all just a fire sale. And before I forget, let's bring up the little information they had here for YouTube channel creators, you know? So you see this okay up top? This is the best I could do without getting it all blurry.
You're good.
Okay, so this is just my I don't know if I should show the whole thing. I don't think I should, but this is just my studio creator dashboard. My channel, Steve JMO, clearly. And we have an important message here due to COVID-19. So let's give it a read. Important, due to COVID-19, we will conduct fewer human reviews to protect the health of our extended workforce. Unfortunately, as a result, we may remove content that does not violate our community guidelines. So that means a human is not going to be looking at our work anymore. The algorithm, the AI bot is going to take over the reviews, the flags, the guideline strikes, but it doesn't matter. I could dance around the word Jew. I could dance around Sandy Hook. I don't give a shit. 9/11, no one died, no planes. Flag me, you dumb fucking robot. I could dance around that, but it doesn't matter anymore because they're going to remove content that does not violate the guideline strikes.
That's right.
Doesn't matter anymore. The Wild West is over. They're going to shut it down.
Exactly. And when they come back out with the internet, it's going to be the internet too, and it's only going to be what they want to have on YouTube. We'll all be gone.
Yep. It's ridiculous. Oh, I didn't even know
and it's actually happening.
Yep. There you go. I've seen a lot of 5G being done. Yep. In the Detroit area, wouldn't doubt it.
We've known for a while they want to get rid of the elderly. And Steve, you made mention about how they want to get rid of people before the internet, which would be my generation. I was born in 1970. So, if people do start having symptoms, we have to really take a look at the groups of people. I'm sure they'll have their numbers up of, what age groups they are. Who knows if they'll even tell us that? But, this is a culling of the population is what's happening, is what they want to achieve. And the people that are left over are either going to submit to their vaccines and getting life back to normal under a new world order. And that'll be it.
Yeah.
It's a reset. It's a fire sale.
Pretty much. And just to confirm what you're saying, let's listen to old 33 Event 201 Bill Gates here for a second.
The number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, each one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero.
Yeah, and I'm betting it's going to be that P, that population. But let's hear what he has to say about the old population. People are laughing. Let's make the old P disappear. Fuck you.
Back from high school algebra. But let's take a look. First, we've got population.
There you go.
The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
There you go. Hook, line, and sinker. Shill Gates. Shill Bill, chill Will. Go fuck yourself on the gate.
He made a mistake and accidentally said that, okay?
No, not just vaccines, but reproductive health services too. So whatever kind of birth control they're giving you, that's going to fuck your shit up completely. Whatever kind of sterilization pills they're giving the men or the stuff to make you get up quicker, that's probably going to fuck you up too. But in the, like you said, he led off with specifically vaccines.
Care, reproductive health.
Oh,
Great job on new vaccines, healthcare.
New vaccines. Ridiculous.
Yeah. This guy makes me sick.
Yep. And he's the guy who's right behind all of this. Where is it? There you go. Event 201. Johns Hopkins and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. A pandemic exercise. We can't make this up, people.
Yep.
If I could, I would, but I can't. I really can't. I can't think this fucked up. I really can't. I'm just calling it as I see it. And there's no coincidence that October 18th, 2019 was oh, you dirty little bastard. Damn it.
Hard too. That's a good one.
But the old Wuhan military games, when did that start? October 18th, 2019. Same date as Event 201 simulation. And where did the coronavirus come out of? Oh, yeah, the Wuhan. Yeah, and I know it's not on here. But the first military games was played where? It was played in Rome. So all roads do lead to Rome, people.
Yep. And that it's a military thing, right? Is when this all took off. And I'm talking about China invading. It's already got the military involved right at the beginning of this thing, okay? And then they launched this fucking fake propaganda virus thing. Clearly everybody's in on it because they all work together in bringing this whole show down because they propped up the show all this time. And, they leave Donald Trump in as the face of America when actually behind the scenes, China has taken over our country and they're going to dull out their methods, those socialist methods onto us. I just resent you a video that I sent you earlier of Donald Trump talking the other day about giving all this money to all these corporations and people out of work and stuff. This is a socialist government that's come in and is trying to bring us under socialism.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to look
Through
at
our
what
own
John
government,
Hopkins
they're going
link.
to do it. This will be like a backdoor behind the scenes invasion, and we will be under a socialist communist government.
Absolutely.
The one world order.
I thought this was sponsored by Johns Hopkins. I guess they took that right off of
And
there.
of course,
But
suspending the Bill of Rights will, of course, follow all these executive orders, guys. The Constitution has been out the window for a very long time. Even George Bush said that's just a goddamn piece of paper.
yeah. George Bush is a good guy.
So a lot of people probably saw this the other day. I'm sure everybody's heard of it and saw it, but I thought it would be interesting to just take a quick look at it and look at their body language and the language that they're using.
I might already have that queued up somewhere. Just
Right.
give me a second.
I find it interesting, too, the way the reporters are asking these questions, the type of questions they're asking, because everything's staged, guys. It might sound legit, like they're just asking questions off the top of their head. Each person that he points at to talk is planned in order. It's all scripted. It's all staged, and that's what they're on.
Oh, I guess I didn't have it queued up, but that's okay. I could just hit it over here. Facebook. Yeah, let me close that. That's so stupid. All right. Just hoping we're not going to get hit with an ad, but of course we do. Because I should have just opened this in Firefox, and that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I don't want to get in any trouble or anything. But it doesn't seem like, much is going on yet. But once these bots take over and start trolling the web and YouTube, they're going to snag up a bunch of us, I'm sure.
That's why they're putting things in the paper for us to go collect money.
Yep.
All right, I sped this up a little bit too.
Okay.
Let me make sure the volume's up.
Coronavirus Task Force. Ooh.
$1 billion market and is critical to American workers. It's critical to American business, and it's critical to American savers who have a lot of that money in money market funds. So we heard loud and clear there were liquidity issues. This is very significant and will create, I don't think we'll need to use it all, but we have the ability to have the Fed purchase up to $1 trillion of commercial paper as needed. That has already created significant stability in the market today.
Of commercial paper, not gold-backed paper.
Yep.
Commercial
paper.
The second thing I would say is, we previously talked about deferring IRS payments. The president earlier this morning authorized me to announce this program. I have previously announced we would defer $200 billion. The president suggested we increase that to $300 billion, which we will be doing. Now, let me just be clear on the specifics. We encourage those Americans who can file their taxes to continue to file their taxes on April 15th, because for many Americans, you will get tax refunds, and we don't want you to lose out on those tax refunds. We want you to make sure you get them. Many people do this electronically, which is easy for them and easy for the IRS. If you owe a payment to the IRS, you can defer up to $1 million as an individual. And the reason why we're doing $1 million is that covers lots of pass-throughs and small businesses, and $10 million to corporations, interest-free and penalty-free for 90 days. All you have to do is file your taxes. You'll automatically not get charged interest and penalties. Now,
for 90 days.
Believe this fucking shit. Can you believe this shit? What they're willing to do here and everything? I mean, this is insanity.
So I bet on that 91st day, I bet the interest rate goes to like 28% or some bullshit.
Now, of course, any American has the right to extend their taxes. We're not taking that right, but the president has asked us.
This guy's such an asshole. He can't even get his tie straight.
Dude, he's a total fucking jackwagon.
Also, an enormous amount of liquidity in the system. The third thing is the president and I worked on a very significant economic stimulus plan. Thank you for being available last night and throughout this morning. And I will be presenting that to the Republicans in the Senate this morning for payments to small businesses. We've talked about loan guarantees to critical industries such as airlines and hotels. And we've also talked about a stimulus package to the American worker. You can think of this as something like business interruption payments for the American workers.
Business interruption payments.
Sounds something kind of like the old, where'd it go? Did I close the UBI? Of course I did. Of course I did.
Salted Cedar says, I got my refund today, was surprised. I guess he means his tax refund.
Yep. Yeah, I got a little.
I'm exempt. I don't file taxes, guys. I'm exempt. And so are you. Everybody is.
UBI is what this guy was just talking about. Let me play this back a couple of seconds.
Worker. You can think of this as something like business interruption payments for the American workers. Thank you.
Do you have any questions for the Secretary of the Treasury?
When you say a stimulus package for American workers, do you mean direct payments to Americans, or are you talking about a payroll tax holiday?
Although the president likes the idea of the payroll tax holiday, I will tell you what we've heard from many people, and the president has said we can consider this. The payroll tax holiday would get people money over the next 6 to 8 months. We're looking at sending checks to Americans immediately. And what we've heard, hardworking Americans, many companies have now shut down, whether it's bars or restaurants. Americans need cash now, and the president wants to get cash now. And I mean now, in the next 2 weeks.
Dude, they don't ever do anything immediately. Are you fucking kidding me? And this dude, this Secretary Treasury is Steven Mnuchin, the guy who fucking prints his name on our fake fucking worthless money that they're going to give us.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Jackwagon fucking heaven over here.
Yep. It guarantee each citizen receives minimum income, so it's called citizens' income. Yep. Basic income. Tax holiday income.
Yep.
$1,000 per month. That's pretty much minimum income.
My mom gets that in her Social Security. That's what she lives off of, $1,000 a month, and she could barely make it on her own.
Can't make it. Imagine living off $1,000 a month up here in Massachusetts. That you'd be living in a fucking cardboard box behind a dumpster.
That's why they're going to have us stacked and packed in these fucking high-rise city little Agenda 21 areas and stuff around the nation. Because once they cull the population, whoever's left, which will be the vaccinated, will be stacked and packed in these little fucking areas that they deem fit for humanity, and they'll rewild everything else. You got to do is pull up the Agenda 21 map of the United States.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, Agenda 21, I feel like that correlates with Event 201. If you just take out the zero, which has no meaning to it, it's Event 21, Agenda 21. It's 21. Here, it's now. It's not, yeah.
We're in 2020, guys. They're pushing us forward. Agenda 21 is right around the corner.
Yep. No coincidence. Like I said, Event 201, Agenda 21. Johns Hopkins sponsors Event 21. They're sponsoring and running the corona.help website, which wasn't when I was just on there, but we were on there the other day, and it was clearly right there. And like I said, Bill Gates equals 33. Steps down from Microsoft on 313, which is 33. And then, good old Donald Trump announces a state of emergency on 313, 33. Friday the 13th, Day of Terror. They weren't going to miss a beat on that day, and we knew that. And we know they're not going to miss a beat on 322. So be prepared. That's 4 days away.
That's 4 days away, guys, and they're gonna jack up those numbers. They're gonna jack up those numbers. They're gonna show fake footage of people in different areas that we have no idea if anything's really going on. Can't believe anything they show you. Everything that we're getting about this whole thing is coming through the Tell Lies to Your Vision and their media fucking outlets. And they own it all. Anything, even a fucking crappy magazine, they own it.
Every which way they own it. Yep. And I know we've been picking on Tom Gates.
All I know is my numbers don't add up to their numbers because I don't know anybody who has fucking corona. Their numbers, they're going to give us all kinds of crazy numbers, but yet nobody will know anybody who has it.
Right. Right, but this whole Corona thing is leading to the ID 2020 certification mark. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that before. I sure haven't until the other day. But if you do some more research on it, Bill Gates right behind the funding on this. You know, of course. And there's no coincidence that it's called the certification mark. 2020 people equals ZOZO. And if people don't know who ZOZO is,
do it, Steve.
Zozo the demon.
There you go.
Clearly not this guy, but it's been going on a lot as of recent. As of pretty much 2010 and up, people have been getting this weird coincidence on their Ouija boards that ZOZO goes back and forth, and then bad things start to happen. Bad things really start to happen. So the year 2020 is ZOZO. Yeah. I bet they got some good images for this. Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah. Same guy who's Pan, the Demic, the district of here. Demic, Greek trans. Not demonic. Pandemic. DEM. I'm retarded.
It is pandemic.
Demonic. Oh yeah. There we go. Yep. There you go. Populance. Yep. There you go. It's all right there. It's all right there. The populance, the district, same thing. District of Satan, District of Dan, Pan. Pan. I don't know why I said Dan. Yeah, it's all. There's no coincidence, people. And like I said, you got the mark, the RFID, or not the RFID, but the certification ID 2020 mark.
Yep.
And you go right over here. ID 2020 partners with the launch of a digital ID with vaccines.
With vaccines, guys.
It's a month before the event 20.
Yeah, there's no fucking coronavirus, so there is no vaccine. It is only this.
Yep. Oh,
the only way to get you to get this is to scare your ass into getting it under deception.
And they're locking down New York City. Of course, this came out of New York. That's nice. That's nice.
They're going to lock the cities down. They're going to lock the highways down between the cities. And then they'll start, back roads and stuff like that. Well, they'll probably leave that up to the local sheriffs and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I'm just looking for some key words through here. I'm not seeing anything too much, but yeah, this is all happening, people. They're gonna push this. They're gonna, and like you said before, once the schools are back in, I don't think the kids are gonna be allowed back in unless they have the new thing. Look at
all the shots they make the kids get now, and then once they get it to 6th grade, it's like I think to go from 5th grade to 6th grade, they have to show shots at that grade level too. And then it's like now they're trying to add shots in through the year and stuff. So these kids are always having to go get. The vaccinations they get now is like triple what my kids got when they were younger. So yeah, they're not going to get back in without it, and people are going to want shit to go back to normal.
Oh yeah, it's no good, no bueno. But you want to say hi to the chat? I'm just going to try to find this part of a video that we shared the other day.
Okay, let me scroll up here.
No, sorry. I'm just retarded. You're good.
Halo Effect 67, Queen of Swords, Rain and Pain. Sorry about that, guys. Tom Muir, Brandon C, Frankie, what's up? I'm not going to say your last name. Pirate, what's going on? Burgos, Reality Creators 666. No, don't believe. It's an interesting name. I thought you were a troll earlier. Brandon C. Christian Knapp, what's up? Albert A. Tommy Tell the Truth. Musicians for Truth. Salted Cedar. Big Facts 031. TheTruthSeeker69. What's up, girl? I am High Degree. What's going on? DD74. Hey, you. Oh, Tommy Tom Tom. Tom Tom Tom. Signman? Sinbad? Marika, what's going on, girl? Let me say your last name. Marika Trekos. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. Bill Hunt. Catherine Collier. Suso, what's going on? Zal Moxis. The Real Truth. Musicians for Truth. Let me see here. Just Me. Real Eyes, Real Lies. Noon Flower, what's going on? Blue Wiggin, what's up?
Is that how you say that?
I don't know. Wiggin.
I just call him
Blue. Berenstein thing. Wiggin or Wagon?
Blue. At least he's, I don't know, but yeah, I found this clip I wanted to. I can't find anymore for some reason. Thank God I put it in a live stream. You know, funny how that happens.
It keeps happening too.
Thank God. Let's see what Donald Trump has. Let's see what Donald Trump has to say about vaccines before the old pandemic and what he has to say now.
The child was fine. A month later, the parent was.
April 2nd, 2012. 8 years ago. Trump's not really too cool with vaccines, and then you'll see what happens.
Up in arms, didn't know what was going on because the baby had just lost it. What I don't like seeing is a 20-pound little baby having this one massive inoculation with all of these things combined. I'd like it spread over because, look, our autism rate is at a level that it's never been. Nobody's ever, in the old days, you didn't even hear about autism. And now it's at a level that's so high.
I am totally in favor of vaccines, but I want smaller doses over a longer period of time. Because you take a baby in, and I've seen it, and I had my children taken care of over a long period of time.
They have to get the shot. The vaccinations are so important.
That sounds like a flip-flop to me.
This is really going around now. They have to get their shot.
Get the shot. Get the shot. What about
the shot?
So there you go. He's got years of saying that, we're gonna start cutting down the vaccine rate, and then the second this pandemic starts, get the shot. The shot's good for you. We're working on a new shot from China, from Philadelphia, from all these places. The shot. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
They come near me with their shots, they're gonna get fucking shot.
Right. They're gonna catch a knife up the I'm gonna Gaddafi them, fuck that. Fuck that.
Out of them.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And I was, people are getting fired up on Brian's channel earlier today about the shot thing. I'm right behind them. No one should be getting this shot. Richie's not getting this shot. No one's going to be getting this shot that's in this community. And if you are, you're a sellout. You're a sellout.
Yeah. It's going to come down to some serious decisions that we're all going to have to make. So once the internet goes down and we don't have each other anymore, and, hopefully everybody's exchanging numbers and stuff, you're going to be on your own, in your own mind, and you have your family to consider as well and stuff like that. I couldn't imagine having, say, a spouse who wants to go along with all this and just get back to normal. And then you are trying to tell your family that, this isn't good. We don't need to do this. We can't do this. Well, what's the alternative to doing this? It's living out in the wilderness. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to try to do with people. But if you don't fit into their new world order society that they're presenting as the next greatest thing, because look how shitty everything is, then people are going to be, dealing with that kind of stuff. And many people probably watch their loved ones go and do this and go along just to get along because they just want to get back to normal. But, it comes a time when you have to make your own decisions, and you're going to be faced with that question. Are you going to live on your feet, or are you going to die on your knees?
I know what I'm doing.
I made this choice a long time ago because I knew this was coming. I just didn't know when it was coming. And I already made this conscious choice years ago. My mom's like, I don't want to hear you talk like that, when I used to tell her this stuff back in the day when I first learned about 9/11. And I knew that they eventually would come for us, or come for what we hold precious in our lives and everything, and completely take away. Life's not like a box of chocolates anymore. You never know what you're going to get. That's exactly what we're going to get now. It was like a box of chocolates. Now it's fucked. That's it. That's all you're going to get is fucked.
Oh, and I don't want to like compare myself to the Most High, but he when he got put here, he came down in the form of Jesus Christ, and he knew that everything that he did was he was gonna die at the end of the road for our sins. And I've had a funny feeling, just not even going on the truth journey, but even before then, that that we're gonna people like you and me are gonna be looked at a little different, and maybe we're gonna be taken off of here a little quicker than others. But we always knew that this was coming, whether we want to accept that or not. But a clear decision will have to come, and it's gonna impact a lot of people. And I just really hope and pray that everyone stays true and strong to their spirit. And it's gonna work out. Did I pause out for a second there?
Yeah, you had a little glitch. You're good.
Yeah, glitch in the matrix. No big deal. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like he got put on this earth to do a specific role and ultimately die a brutal death, a gruesome death. And it's something that a lot of us might be coming to walking down the same path, but we're not walking alone. That's the bright side of it.
So they got everybody working from home. The internet's going to be overloaded, so they say, if that's even a possibility.
But I heard, yeah.
Which I don't even think it's a possibility, to tell you the truth. They're never going to give us the latest, greatest, quality. Like, they've invented the light bulb. When they invented it, it could last 100 years. As a matter of fact, I think it's still lit in a fire station somewhere in New York. It's been going for over 100 years. They said, look, no, great invention, but go back and make it only last a year or 6 months. We need to sell these things. We can't have it last 100 years. But I don't even know where I was going. I just lost it. Steve, where was I going? I've been at this so long.
I don't know. It's all good. You've had a long 24 hours, 40 hours on live.
Yeah, because I'm dealing with my mom. My mom's getting very, very upset. She does not like change and thinks she's already been told she can't go to her bank. She can't get any cash out. There's only drive-through stuff, and they might not even be open much longer. And then the thought that she might not be able to go back home, and that, we're all separated. They're in Philly. I'm here in Alabama with my mom. My kids are down in Florida, so a lot of people are dealing with that too. And we just don't know what's going on. And we don't know the truth of anything. And we're trying to figure out where the hell they're taking us with all this. They're leading us somewhere. We are being herded towards something.
Absolutely. And I think this has to do with what I was talking about before, the old boxing match. They got Corona, jab, 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 but then the knockout punch could be some sort of other event, an alien type deal thing, what we were talking about this entire time. And that's going to be rather interesting.
It would, because it would reinforce space again for them. Usually when you see things like Childhood's End and V for the Visitors, V show and different things like that, the aliens usually come in and they're all happy to help humanity fix themselves and cure illnesses and everything, and have these wellness centers and stuff that people can go visit. And they look like they're the heroes, and without them, oh my gosh, we would have perished.
And I believe this is what they're going to offer us once they come.
Yeah, order out of chaos, and the chaos that they're creating, and they're creating chaos right now.
Yep, the transhumanism agenda is linked in with all this as well. I believe firmly, because Article 16 of their Bill of Rights, apparently these people have their own Bill of Rights, says involuntary aging shall be classified as a disease.
Yeah.
What is going on right now? There is a disease going around, and once you're,
so
once they Well, no, once they offer the solution, and people who don't take the solution will be looked at as an outcast, as a disease.
So my mom is an outcast. She has a disease of involuntary aging, which is what we all do. We all age, and they've cut our lifespans in half and make us age quicker. So they can come in with their solution of non-aging fucking microchips and stuff and never get sick again. It'll repair your DNA from the inside. All your stuff will be on it. You won't even have to carry a wallet anymore. And, oh, another thing I wanted to bring up, guys, that me and Steve were talking about this before the show. Big thing back in the day in the early 2000s was a microchip for the pets. That was no accident. I've never microchipped my pets. And I've always encouraged everybody else to please do not microchip your pets. Your pet, or most people, when they have dogs and stuff, they're very protective. And seeing as how this is a war that's being fought with no bullets or no troops on the ground, and we're already being taken over, invaded by China here, when they do decide to roll down the streets, one of your first lines of defense is your dog. Well, if this virus mysteriously jumped to animals, and then suddenly animals were falling over dead. Oh, and that's an animal type coronavirus 2020 or something. Okay. When actually their microchip has just been zapped and they did away with your pets. So you don't have them to even try and protect you. And they won't bark when they come creeping around your house like a dog would know somebody was outside your house creeping around, doing whatever military does, creeping in at night. I'm not trying to scare people. But the chips were put into animals for a reason. They can do away with them anytime they want. All they got to do is flip the switch on that as quick as they could if it was inside us.
Absolutely.
It's something to consider. It's always been a problem for animals. They get tumors around them. They've had seizures. I tried to tell my aunt not to get her dog chip. She still got her dog chip. They think it's the greatest thing. If you lose your dog, you find it anywhere and stuff. There's a reason they did that. People own dogs like they own guns. These are their fucking watchdogs and stuff.
Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. You can't deny that. And once the dogs go down, it's going to, or, if that happens, it's going to hit a lot of people at home, and they're going to be like, oh, they're going to be like, it's my world. Just got taken by the coronavirus. I can't be next, so I'm going to get the update.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's there. It's everything's on the table at this point. They can go so many different ways from right here where we're at right now tonight. They could take, there's so many different things that they could roll out. And like I said, I think they're going to throw it all at us, even the kitchen sink. They have to beat it down this time. This is it.
Absolutely.
This is the event.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wuhan.
All started in China.
18th.
China was always deemed to be the world economy. That's why they've been climbing the ladder all this time. And it's always been surmised that they've been buying up our property and we've been indebted to them, our national forests and all kinds of stuff. You guys can look it up. China's already taken over.
Absolutely. And Johns Hopkins has something to do with all of this, because Johns Hopkins helped host Event 201, and they're the ones that are giving us, this is the Johns Hopkins map they're using here on corona.help, the Johns Hopkins map. This is all connected, All you got to do is go to the website here. You hit I don't know where that just went, but I guess you can't go find that anymore. That's ridiculous. Good thing I still got to save. You go to the About section, and it tells you right in plain sight. It's the Johns Hopkins map. It's right here. There you go. Johns Hopkins. Johns Hopkins. Bill Gates. Exactly. Bill and Melinda Gates. Bill Gates equals 33. No coincidence. And this all happened on the same day that the Wuhan game started. There's no such thing as a coincidence, people. And something I want to bring up real quick is the simple word hysteria, which has been passed around a lot lately.
Yeah. We were talking about this earlier.
So exactly. Well, I'm sorry. What's up?
No, I'm just going to, before you get deep into hysteria and what it means, I was telling Steve earlier, it reminded me of the song Hysteria by Def Leppard, and they say hysteria when you're near. And what do they want? Social distancing. So, like, you know, if you're near, you're gonna get all hysterical because somebody got too close for you. And it just like that phrase in the song, just when you brought up hysteria and how people are acting right now.
Yeah, it's bad, man. And the even messed up part is that they're trying to put us Mandela people right up in there with that. But before we get into that, I just thought of something real quick. You know, they had that thing on CBS the other night or the other morning. It was labeled "The War on Science," and now that science is going to usher in the new solution for this pandemic, you want to call it. That's why they had to put that hit piece in there called "The War on Science," because it made it look like a lot of these flat earthers, these anti-vaxxers, these climate deniers, these evolution deniers, that they're all denying science, and that we can't have that because in this day and age, dependability upon everyone else is so key in keeping society sustainable, when that's the complete opposite of what reality is. But if they rely on science, they're gonna just take this whatever science says as a complete fact, rather than doing
because they want us to believe in science and believe that science knows what's best for us when we know what's best for us. But they want us to still continue to keep worshiping their authority.
Yep.
And give over your critical thinking to them, because they don't need you doing that. It won't work for them.
No, absolutely not. But all right, so let's talk about hysteria. So hysteria, exaggerated or uncontrollable emotion or excitement, especially among a group of people. The mass hysteria that characterizes the week before Christmas. Similar would be irrationality, wildness, frenzy. A psychological disorder whose symptoms include conversional of psychological stress into physical symptoms, selective amnesia.
Imagine that.
We'll
have a vaccine for hysteria. Don't worry.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, exactly what is going on with the mainstream. Everyone buying all the toilet paper, all the water, all the loaves of bread. Everyone's freaking out. Everyone's in a frenzy. Everyone's in a wild state of mind. Everyone's
supermarkets, Steve, because people won't be allowed to gather. You can't have supermarkets open and people food shopping and stuff if there's no social gatherings and social distancing going on. And that's when people are going to fucking go nuts.
Exactly. And they're calling us irrational. And then they're plugging the whole entire Mandela community in there by saying that we're experiencing mass hysteria. No. You guys are just throwing us in the bandwagon to make us look crazy, just like you did on the CBS Criminal Minds hit piece, just like you did on the Mandela Effect movie. If Mandela Effect wasn't anything, why would you be trying to link it with hysteria? Why would you be trying to link it with Baphomet fucking head chopping off, demon worshipping, child abducting characters from Criminal Minds, or a D-Wave quantum computer worshipping dude, and the computer has an upside down cross on it? Why would that be up in there? Because they're trying to control the narrative. They're trying to make a false narrative. This is all
it's all just order out of chaos is exactly what's happening right now. They're going to create mass chaos with this. They're easing us into it right now. But over the course of the next few days, it's going to ramp up, and then it'll ease and let that digest. And then the next week it'll ramp up again until you have complete fucking chaos. I mean, just to give people $1,000 fucking dollars. You can't go fucking spend it. It's a check that's going to come to your house. You're going to go out and cash it. Who the fuck's going to be open? And
right.
People are realizing, oh shit, I got this fucking check, but I can't do nothing with it because I'm stuck in my fucking house. Well, then there goes the fucking chaos. And they're going to bring in the new world order, the order they want.
So I'm saying this thing just said, I'm looking for it. It said they had 9 million in a oh man, what did they say this was? A shelter in place. They had 15 counties and 8 or 9 million in total in a shelter in place. And if you're getting your paycheck from the government to your account or whatever, but you're in a shelter in place, what the fuck good is that? what is good? Like, there's nothing good gonna come of that. My opinion, you know.
All I know is how are people going to spend this money that they're supposed to be sending out within the next 2 weeks? We're going to have every American's going to have a check when you're supposed to be fucking staying in and they're probably shutting down the supermarkets next week.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're going to shut everything down before we get our money, and then we're just going to be
ass with that fat check. That's what you're going to do.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. But is there anything else you wanna bring to the table? I think we hit everything out of the park.
All I know is they can keep their big fat fucking stupid check. I don't want it. I don't need it, and I don't want it.
No. And real quick, just another reason why I think everyone should be keeping their eyes really open right now, because like I said, they're jabbing us really heavy with this corona, but in the back pockets, that right hand people, that could be anything. It could be some sort of fake alien invasion. And I know, like I said, I was talking on Brian's show earlier when I called in. It sounds really stupid, but the movie Space Jam, what happened in Space Jam? Everyone was convinced they were sick, but they really weren't. They lost their basketball powers, and then the aliens came.
Fixed it all. And that'll help them too, because it'll reinforce space once again. They're not going to ever let go of space. So that would be perfect for them if they did pull off some sort of a miraculous alien invasion that's going to swoop in and just make everything all better again.
Absolutely. It's ridiculous.
They'll make us think we're on the brink. And then it's like, oh, look.
Right. And then they're going to offer the solution. The old evolve of humanity.
Evolve or die, bitches. You will assimilate.
By the means of science and technology, which is why we can't have a war on science, because science is going to bring us to the new age. And if people can't see that by now, I just don't know what to tell them. I really don't.
All I know is you get a check from the government, you ain't going to be able to spend it anywhere because everything's closed the fuck down. So people need to start realizing this shit.
That's what I'm saying. You better get your ducks in a line real quick, physically, mentally, and definitely spiritually. Now would probably be a good time to say another prayer when we get off of here. I advise everyone to do that. And, just just use your discernment. Try to live the way Christ would in these crazy times, Don't fuel the crisis fire. Try to just keep everyone calm and keep everyone alert at the same time. Not in a state of calmness where it's like, oh, yeah, it's whatever. But like, calm out of the state of fear, but into a state of alertness, real mental alertness, not this hysteria.
Another thing, Steve, too, is how many people have indoor pets and probably aren't even stocked up on pet food, or they only could get so much. I mean, it's just like, it's not just people that have to stay in. And then a lot of people walk their dogs. That's how they take their dogs out and stuff. And they don't have yards and stuff like that. People in the cities who have to go out and walk their dogs and stuff, guys.
I know. Hey, real quick.
Go ahead.
Tell people what this is, because I see you drop this a lot, and a lot of people don't know what that is.
I'm sorry, guys. That's my donate link. If anybody would like to donate and help support me and my channel, and I'm doing this full time now. Clearly, there's no work anyway, but my job was phasing out. So that's my Streamlabs link for donations. And it's connected to PayPal. If you're not signed up for PayPal, you can just log in as a guest. No signing up for anything or anything like that.
Absolutely. The only thing I advise, I would just put please donate and then, whatever, because people see that and they're like, why are we getting a link to her live show?
Yeah, I know. It's
all good.
I'm still getting used to even dropping this thing in there.
It's all going to be new for all of us. So,
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
I don't want to seem overbearing with it. You know what I mean?
I know. That's what I'm saying. You got to be kind of touchy with it. You don't want people like, oh, this bitch is just looking for money and but no, fuck them all. But it is what it is. But yeah, thanks for coming, and I hope we can maybe do another show on your stream tomorrow, and maybe pick another one up on mine later on or something.
I'm sure there'll be a shit ton of stuff to talk about tomorrow, because this is Time Wave Zero, guys. If you've never seen Time Wave Zero, look up Terrence McKenna, Time Wave Zero. Everything's accelerating super fast now. Things that would take a year or two to happen are happening within weeks and days now.
sometimes hours, and you got to keep your eyes open, people, and just
it's going to get down to an hourly thing.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, guys, I love you. Mwah. Thank you so much for having me on, Steve. And I guess I'll text you anything I come across tonight for tomorrow's show.
Have a good night.
You let me know when you're available, and I'll set it up on my end tomorrow.
All right. Only thing I got to do, I just got to grab my last paycheck.
Yeah. Be careful out there.
You're telling me. Right back at you.
It's the zombie apocalypse.
Absolutely. And you got to be careful with these people because they're going to kill you over toilet paper.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Okay. I'm out.
All right, guys. That was an awesome show. Please like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, God bless and stay true to yourself. And if you're not right with the Creator, the Father, whatever you want to, whatever route you go down, now's a great time to get right with Him and, ask for forgiveness and anything that you can do to help your cause. But without further ado, let's get a little Destiny Lab join on. Destiny Lab. I don't know why any of that doesn't pop up. And let me get one of my favorite songs on. Let me go to the playlist. Let's go to music video. Obsolete Man's a good song. It's a great song, actually. But I think I'm feeling the original sin right now. So this is Steve JMO. I'm signing off. Y'all the best. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. And we'll be listening to Destiny Lab, the original sin on the way out.
I'll show you the sweetest delight in the garden as a surprise for Adam.
Really?
Come
All right.
here.
But this is the one tree in the garden we cannot touch. This is the forbidden fruit.
Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? Surely not.
We may eat the fruit of any tree in the garden, except for the tree in the middle of the garden. God has forbidden us to either touch or eat the fruit of that tree. For if we do, we shall die.
You believe that nonsense? Of course you will not die. God knows that as soon as you eat it, your eyes will be open, and you and Adam will be like gods yourselves.
All of us one day will reach the level of the avatars that we have read about in history, the Buddhas, Jesus,
Everyone's God. You witches servant, you cast your spell upon this planet with your graven images and your wishes to be worshipped. Witches and warlocks flock like Harry Potter fans, waiting for your new age plan to spread across the land. You got the masses dumped down where you want them, convinced that you don't exist, and now you got them atheists. Some even think they're evolving to a godlike level above and beyond human. These Luciferian lies feed on ego and pride. They come disguised as an angel of light, like the original sin and the first deception. The tree in the garden, don't you see the connection? It's the same old lie that he used back then at the beginning of time, at the fall of man. Have we forgotten the truth within the book of Genesis? Ignorant of the nature of sin, so we dismiss written words of God as an irrelevant myth, but then embrace all these new age thoughts of nonsense.
it's not good or bad. There's no God waiting to punish you because you did what I've done.
There is no God in doing. Everyone's God. Welcome to the kingdom of heaven. Without judgment, without hate, without testing, without anything. call my practices. And pagan worshiping in fact exists. See through the smoke and the mirrors and the mist. From Atlantis to the American fanatical myths, to the UFO connection with the German SS. Secret society elitists from the east and the west. Illuminati and Masonics, man, it all connects. Satanic worship to the depths, we don't want to admit. It's a globalized illusion that we gotta correct. Check the symbols and signs like the all-seeing eye. Read the Bible facts to understand the great design. See the writing on the wall, we're living in end times. And even the elective now bought into the lie. Real Satanists are dressed up in their suits and ties, eating the fruit like these fools who think they are divine. They aren't evolved, they're just blinded by ego and pride. Living a lie that disguised like Jekyll and Hyde. Can you deny that these times were all prophesied? Read Matthew 24:24, you decide.
There's no such thing as good or bad. Judging things are condition. There are things that I do that I know they're involved. There are other things that are not involved. It's not good or bad. There's no God waiting to punish you because you did one or the other.
It is no God.